Hello YouTube, it's Team Endgame here, bringing you a regional qualifiers report for France 2014. Now, as you can see, what we have here is the certificate for one Hélène Bourrée, who came second place. Look at that certificate. Here we go. Right, I didn't actually go to France. I couldn't actually get time off work and such to go there. So, the two that went were Hélène.
Hello!
And Mikey!
I may as well not come.
I'll cheer up, Mike. It was an experience.
It's suffering.
So basically, I'm doing this interview style apparently because it's a bit more structured. I'm going to ask them a few questions. They can tell me about their weekend away, basically, and how the event went. So, first of all, how's the turnout, guys?
Well, you know, it's specific. So.
The turnout?
Yes, number.
Yeah, it was 163 players.
163?
Yeah.
So, what's that compared to the UK? That was about a third?
Competition now.
So, about a third of the UK.
Yes.
But how's that compared to France, like
well,
previously?
last year in France, in December, we got like a national championship and there were just 51 players.
51? So you tripled that, basically.
We tripled that, yes, even more than
So it's a
tripled.
very good turnout for France.
Yes, but we can thank players from England.
What? Three?
Players.
3 players, yeah.
Yep, some players from Belgium as well. And
Yeah, because I know you have, because they don't have their own qualifiers, do they? So
No.
you have a lot of like German,
usually
Belgians,
it's
Dutch
Paris
as well.
or Brussels, sorry.
You have some Dutch coming as well sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And German.
yeah, so you have quite a lot of the EU turning up for it.
Yeah,
Really.
remember the Dutch players.
So quite a big turnout for France then. So how did that
Yes.
affect the organisation?
Well, we were expecting at least 150 players.
Oh,
It
so
was-
they
yeah.
pretty much matched what they were looking for.
Yes, it was the goal Bouchard wanted France
Okay,
to
that's not bad.
achieve, which is
So it's good they met their target of what they expected.
Yes.
But how did Bushy Road, kind of organise it? Was it the usual?
Oh, Bouchard didn't organize it. Games from Japan did.
Oh, Games from Japan. Is that your
Yes.
local shop?
No, the local shop is called Parkage. Games from Japan is just the French association that's
Right.
organizing all the Vanguard
So was the
tournaments in
organisation
Paris.
a
It is-
lot better?
Oh, yes.
I don't know. There were still gaps between rounds.
There were
I
a few
think.
gaps.
But as
A
soon as
few
you were
gaps.
in there, you're.
But it wasn't as terrible as what I heard from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it
was
wasn't like
fun.
these two here. It was literally, these are all sellotaped up to the wall. You go, and everyone crowd around it, and you go for your table, because there are table numbers on it.
See, I think that's a lot better.
It's just
Doing
you
it that way.
You had a little rush
I mean,
down
I
there.
understand they can't do that in the UK
Went to your
with
table
500 plus
and
people.
just wait for someone unknown to come in front of you and go, hi.
No, okay, so that doesn't sound too bad compared to normal.
Even
So
compared to Sheffield last year.
yeah, we don't talk about that.
We didn't
That
talk
was
about
this year.
Sheffield.
That was this year.
What was this year about what?
Sheffield was team league, wasn't it?
No, it was Birmingham Team League. And
Oh,
Sheffield
Birmingham
was solo.
Team League, right.
Remember?
I think they all muzzled to one. Shush.
Little tiring weekends.
So, the French community, how are they compared to the UK? I'm very interested.
I can't be objective. It's my community, I'm part of it.
Yeah, this is what I need to ask you, because when me and Mike went for the team league,
Yes.
we couldn't really communicate properly. Not
Yeah.
that it was their fault or our fault, it's just language barrier and stuff. So
Yeah, well, French player can speak English. Mike wasn't really talking to them, so he didn't.
Well, no, I couldn't. At the end of the day, it was just difficult. Everyone just
Yes.
hovers around a lens. So.
No, I think my community,
So yeah.
because I'm part of it. We have very local communities, like one in Paris and a few ones in other cities, big cities in France.
Yeah.
Not like in England, where you have communities everywhere, really.
yeah.
So
you kind of all commute to
we all know
Paris.
each other from the Facebook pages and forums as well on internet.
That's not too bad then.
So we all close. We all know.
How was their attitude during the games? Was there a lot of rule sharking at all, like you get in the UK?
No, there was none. But 2 of my, unfortunately, just 4 opponents power shuffled my deck, which I found a bit odd. Because I don't know the ruling of whether you're allowed to just cut or what. I didn't really.
Right.
As a rule,
we all know this, but it seems to change no matter where you go.
as a
People
rule,
like last cutting. People say your opponent gets last cut on your deck, which is what it should be.
I generally didn't care because obviously I wasn't stacking or anything.
Yeah.
And if in one game in particular, it just helped me unbelievably. But I tend to stick with my opponent's deck. Just go shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Just usually like 3 cuts and then cut like normally, because that just tends to be kind of if you stacked it or not. I don't really care. I've unstacked it now. I think
that's fine. That's interesting. But the rule shock is our main concern because I know that we get quite a lot of that in the UK, and it really kind of destroys like
the fun of the game.
Yeah.
Well, from what I heard in my experience, there was absolutely no rule shock at all. Everybody was just playing fair, It was
no.
Yes.
No, not everyone.
Yeah, you'll see. In top 8, I made a mistake, and the guy was amazing. He just let me redo what I was doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll just talk about it later.
Mike? No.
Or do you want me to talk about it now? Mike, come on. He's one of my good friends, okay?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine then. Because he's a friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
But, he wouldn't have let me do it. He'd have been like, nope. English going down.
So there you go, guys. If you want a nice friendly community, go to France.
It's a very nice community, a bit small compared to the English one. But
that might be why. I think
we all get along very well.
They're just all friendly, know each other.
Yeah, because it's smaller. As soon as you get a mass amount of people, there's going to be people who stir things up and make things...
Yeah.
Well,
it's like us at leisure games, if you think
at the end
about
of the day, you just need to dare speaking to other people. It's not just, staying with your own group. You have to say, hey, how are you? So my name is blah blah, and I come from blah blah, and I play blah blah. And just they're going to start talking to you.
What is this blah blah? I want to play.
It's blah blah.
Blah.
But yes.
So with that out of the way, we'll move on to like your games and stuff. But first of all, what did you expect to actually see? Did you tailor your decks based on that as well?
And kind of did for some random reason.
But, we know about this. We'll talk about that bit a bit later.
I'll go on more about it later because on this structure thing, I apparently can say a bit more about it then. But in general, the format is pretty much Vanguard based, and my warrior was against Link Joker, so I needed to have something, in my opinion, that could either ride break or swing with a big number and a crit. Because if my rear guard's locked, then I need my Vanguard to still be pressured. But as soon as they lock the front row, I'm done. It's game over.
Is that mainly Glendio Sphere, or is that still Chaos Breaker Fear?
It's a bit of both. Whatever it is of it, but it depends what people's skill level in the decks and things, I guess. But the skill level was generally pretty good, but I'll say more about it later.
So Mike was expecting Link Joker, and that's pretty much it by the sounds.
That's only what I was really fearing. Everything else was thinking typical like Minerva, Raging Form.
Well, yeah, that's what I was interested in. I mean, you weren't expecting to see Mega Coin there, is what I'm talking about.
No, but there were.
There were?
Yeah, there was even some.
Oh my god!
There were.
How they do?
Not very well.
Oh, it's a shame.
It's a right pick format, isn't it? So
Mega Coin play went 4-2, I think.
4-2.
It's pretty good.
Still better than you.
Yeah. Someone had more practice with their deck.
So then, what did you expect to see?
Pretty much the same, but the problem was that the French qualifier was the first one after the set 15 was released, so we didn't really know
wasn't
what
it?
was. Yeah.
So
we
I
were
assume
used
there's
to
a lot of
see-
Glendio Sphere. And then...
Yeah, we were just used to see Nouvelle topping and Bermuda as well, and maybe Chaos Breaker.
Yeah. So, but now you have the introduction of Glendios,
Exactly.
Rebirth, Pale Moon.
Pale Moon. I was expecting Pale Moon.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one? Still confuses me somehow, but apparently.
So basically, I had to build my deck around those new possible decks I could face, and my main concern was Glendios.
Yeah,
This
obviously,
is why I was
everyone's main concern.
an amazing deck card.
Not
I
amazing.
didn't even use.
Didn't use it once. Didn't have the option to use it.
What deck card is this?
It was Shield Dragon Georgette.
There's Mike putting it on the camera.
Frickin' card.
So you took that in one, correct?
Yes, I did.
How many times did you use it?
I didn't actually use it, just calling it on the field and doing something. Most of the time it was just, oh, Griffin. I just got Georgette to get my break ride.
With the Griffin, yeah?
With a Griffin. Or just calling it as a
It doesn't even play well with the break ride, because you sing at the rear guard, then lose the grade 2, and then it costs the
So
crit.
just a question, is that literally only in there for Link Joker?
It was only here against Glendios, really, because I didn't know what would, if I was against Glendios, what version it would be, if it would be the, lock everything and,
From what I've seen, a lot of people don't actually do the lock everything version.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes, just too short as a format, but the thing is, there was it was possible for them to do it, so it was just here as a why not, Very
Okay.
much.
And you also had another tech as well, didn't you?
What talking about the one that's
Oh, Rhinoceros.
Yeah, the one that's sitting right next to it.
Now this is something that we realise is actually very, very good
Yeah.
as a ride brake.
I'm into all that.
We both used it, but it's the point that it doesn't specify that you have to attack the Vanguard, it just says attack.
Yes.
So abusing that with the ride brake, you can pretty much retire almost all their field.
I just want to specify
It's
it's
very
the Draconic Overlord ride break they're talking about.
Yeah, because of course it's the Overlord deck. Looking at here, but yeah, it doesn't neg you much at all
Compared to Dauntless, where it's a discard 3, this is just a discard 1.
So it
It's
pluses you
it's a
back.
very good card against, for a mirror match against
Yeah.
Kagero. Kagero rely really on the field, so if you break like that, retire,
So you're retiring their back row and a rear guard.
and the rear guard. And
That's the ideal situation.
At first I was running the starter Sadeg, the one that's...
Goes into Soul and retires
yeah.
an extra one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
doing
retire the
something.
field, yeah.
So it would retire all the field.
Should be drove check 3 non-triggers.
But you
But
changed it to...
I changed it to the Great Researcher because riding first the break ride is
Essential.
You have to. If you don't break ride that first, if you
Yeah.
don't ride that first, it's just...
So, Grave Researcher to find that, and then Griffin to just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, got that. So, moving off, because I think we kind of went off topic there a bit.
I just had to talk about decks.
Yeah, I was interested on her text, and then it just went into the combo of it, so...
Okay, might as well just say the only difference, because I ran Overlord as well, the only difference being between our decks is I didn't realise how important the 8k beat stick is, because putting that behind the Vanguard is just ridiculous, because it's 21 at all times, be it cross ride or just with the ride break, but it's because it swings for an extra 2k and you have more rear guards.
and even that.
And
But this is because you've learnt that you don't always have to lock the field, correct?
yes, that's because it's just through the lack of... we didn't... Bearing in mind, when we came third and fourth, we were just sick to death of the decks we were playing. So I was nothing close to prepared for this one at all. But it was just... That was probably the main difference between our decks. Just that. And, yeah. Attack of 2, but it really doesn't matter. I tried Arrow better at 2.
That's
but
fine.
it
You can
didn't
talk
help
about it more in a minute, because I'm now going to ask you, how did your game actually go, and what did you actually see? So you both expect to see a bunch of Link Joker, but did you actually see that?
Mine's more comical, so I might as well get the fun bit out of the way, shouldn't I?
Okay.
Right, so game 1, bear in mind there's only 4 games, so I may as well take a little bit more time than Len will, going game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4. There you go. So game 1, I went against Novell, and I was like, swing, swing, swing. I went, oh god, I need to put him at 4. Sod it. I swung at him and went, oh god, I forgot it's Limbo, isn't it? And then he done a right break of Novell, and I was like, oh bollocks, I haven't got a perfect guard. And I'm at 3. Oh god. I was like, I'm going to be out around 1. But he swung at me and I went to 4. And then I was like, oh god, he's going to get a crit now, isn't he? And he didn't get a crit. I was like, ah! So in 2 drive checks, he didn't kind of crit. So I was like, oh, I'll do my ride break now. And I was like, 33 to rear guard, 38. And he was like, perfect guard. I was like, oh god, he's had 2 perfect guards, has he? Okay, 41 with a crit. Oh god. I was like, why do you do that? What do you think? I'll go for a rear guard or something, the second one. But no, it was literally just game anyway, because I had a ride breakers at 5.
Yeah.
So that was just logsy that you didn't find a crit in the 2 drive checks. But that's Novell for you. It's just I ride, I break ride.
It's the same with Rebirth, though.
Yeah,
the
but-
amount of times I've played against you 2, and it's just nothing in the first 2, nothing in the second 2. I'm going to perfect guard the last one. Crit, crit. It always happens, and it's so funny to look at.
Yeah, that's why it's too good. That's the worry about running something like Dauntless, because you ride that, it's not near as powerful. Game 2, I went against Gold Paladin, a good friend of Hélène. So apparently a decent player in France. Charles.
Yes.
I mean, it's quite. I felt quite bad, to be honest, but then again, I didn't. He power shuffled my deck. I don't know. It's, to be fair, I knew I at this point I knew my deck wasn't up to scratch and things. I didn't really think I was going to go very far, but he was on 1 damage, and I was at like 4 or 5, and I just went, oh sod it, attack, and he went 2, I think. No, he didn't. He went none. He went no pass. No guard. No, sorry, no guard.
Yeah.
He's on 1. Now I went crit. I was like, oh. So he went 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, sorry.
Yeah.
And then took the last 27 to Vanguard, the trigger dumped on. And it was like, went to 1 straight to 5. And then next time he did this whole kind of, oh look, I send everything back, Alfred effect, cool everything, gets a massive number and a crit. I went, perfect guard. Then perfect guard the side with the Bruno on it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And then he went 2 to pass. I went, crit. So basically 2 triggers. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's the only way I was going to win this game. We all know this. I just said it like that, and he was like, no, okay, rid of it. So unfortunately, I kind of ruined his.
This is how English people win.
No, because I just didn't have a bar, and my deck wasn't very good.
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't very confident at all. Okay, so obviously the next 2 I lost. I went against Raging Form game 3, and I lost because his push, you know the push you do with Raging Form, is like, oh look, trigger dump.
Yeah.
He got, as soon as he went to limit break, he went break ride.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was break ride, and then he got Raging Form off and a crit in that same kind of combo.
Uh-huh.
So I had to deal with a Raging Form and a crit as a push. So he pushed me massively. And when I pushed him back, I went drive check. That's fine. Discard 2, drive check 2 grade 3s. And I was like, well, I've lost because I've got 2 grade 3s. Otherwise, I could guard. It's just a normal lot of guarding, but I had 2 grade 3s in my hand. So I was stuffed. And yeah. Yeah, double perfect guard. I wrote here as well. So when I did my rear guard for 33, Vanguard, he had perfect guard.
Yeah.
So we had the double perfect guard response. And going forward was against the guy who topped somewhat with that force.
Top 4.
Top 4. And he won with 1 card left in his deck.
You kidding?
No, he had 1 card left in his deck. Because he went rear guard. No, Vanguard attack. Rear guard. And I was running out of cards as well, so I couldn't drive check. So I was like, rear guard. And it got to the point where I was 5k short. Frustratingly, apparently I dropped my crit trigger. I don't know if it was on the floor or it was on the table, but regardless, that just a little poke of, you couldn't guard. I don't know, I probably just left it on the table, but it's just annoying that I didn't actually know where it came from. I felt as if I dropped something halfway through the game, so it might have come from there, I don't know. But anyway, I was 5k short and he was left with 1 card in the deck. But it did go very, very well for him. He re-rode like 3 times. He went from Maelstrom to reverse to Glory to reverse.
That's weird. Why did he do that?
Because I had perfect cards in my hand. He went
Glory.
Glory.
So he gloried.
And then I went 10,
right,
whatever.
Got ya.
Then he saw I got more triggers, so you went, alright, fine, I'll get the perfect cards out of your hand and start negging you, drawing. Hence he had 1 card left, because he plus 2 with the starter.
Yeah.
And then decided to reroll. So yeah, that was me out at that point.
So that's all Mike's game done, is it?
Yeah, no, at that point I was cheerleading Alen
So
somewhat.
how did the deck play, Mike? How did it play?
How the deck play? It's just, I ride, I swing, I hope. That is Overlord to me. And
Is that any Overlord or was that just yours? Because you said you
I'm pretty sure it's any Overlord. If you look at what the rest of the deck does, it does nothing. There's absolutely nothing. But anyway. Oh.
It's gonna be a long one. I mean, she got second place.
I'll try to make it quick. So round 1 I went against Slim Joker, Chaos Breaker and Advenius, which I was fearing, and this is why my Georgette was here. So a guy coming from Belgium, who I didn't know, but...
Too much detail.
Hmm?
Too much detail. You have a lot of rounds to get through. I spent a bit more on my ones because only 4.
Basically, didn't find his break ride, so he was sitting on Chaos Breaker, unlocking early game my cards. I gave him the limit break because I had enough to replace, so it was fine. So early game he maybe retired 2 cards on my field, so he had maybe 2 cards left in his soul.
Oh yeah.
So when he gave me the limit break, I went, okay, break ride, my rebirth over the overall break ride.
Yeah.
So it's like his regard, think for Vanguard, second Vanguard. I think he had maybe 2 perfect guards, so well, find everything he needed. But and as well, he got like 3 draws early game, so it helped me a lot. But he had to ditch all his hand for that, and basically it came from at some point of being okay. He was on 4, didn't have enough to guard my 23 twice.
Yeah.
It was no guard. Sorry, he went 2 pass. I check a draw.
I hate hearing that.
I check a draw, so I draw first. Didn't get triggers. Okay. Well, I was Anyway, all my field was locked anyway.
Sorry, you draw first! Okay, well, I'm going to put the trigger. Well, it has to go on the Vanguard anyway.
Sorry. Yeah.
Come on!
Yes. Yeah, Vanguard anyway, and then crit. Yes, I win.
Why did you have to think about that?
I don't know, it's just far away.
Far away.
So yeah, crit for game, and I got the crit. No, double trigger for
What
game.
confused me about that is why you
crits,
locked
and I
early
got
game.
draw crits,
You don't lock
yeah.
with early game with Chaos Break, you just wait till limit break and go lock.
Yeah,
Plus and back.
He retired a few, so I always had time to replace everything.
Yeah.
So I think it was a big misplay from him.
Ah.
Round 2, I went against blah blah.
Blah, blah.
Blah blah.
Blah, blah. Both of us just couldn't find anything. We had
Just
huge
beat
hands.
sticking.
Yeah,
Beat sticking all
yeah,
day.
it was just beat sticking. We had massive hands, no booster at all. It was terrible. We were both of us on 3, not taking any damage, not letting the Vanguard through, but because it was swinging just for 11. So 2-2 pass.
Just gonna butt in, I think that's one of the things Mike hates about this format.
Yeah.
You can just go, oh, you're on 3, I'm gonna keep you at 3, you can't
Yeah.
do anything.
No, we were swinging at the Vanguard, but it was 11 on 11, so just 2-2 pass was easy to guard. And
Oh,
at
so
some
you're
point,
doing it that
we decided not to guard. Crit! Yay! Thank you!
You got crit one. You won by crit.
I critted him.
Oh, for God's sake.
He didn't know, he was like, yay!
So far, we've had a misplay Chaos Breaker, a crit per game, and a...
But he had the massive hand, of course he could have guarded it, but he wanted to get his limit break, to break ride and do a stupid restanding and
That's
everything.
not stupid to be standing there. The only thing that I don't like about Blouse is when you ride break, it's just the same 3 attacks, but it's retire 2 rear guard, so you go rear guard to rear guard, rear guard to rear guard.
Yeah.
Vanguard attack. So it's just retire 2, and then you perfect guard 10-10. That is the push that Blouse have, apparently.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
so
the
meh.
point that if any of it hits, then you get an extra 3 attacks out of it.
Considering everything else requires like 2 perfect guards, that's why I don't go with Blouse, but anyway, continue.
Okay, well, that's it for round 2.
That's 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got a long way to go.
Round 3, I went against Bermuda, which I really didn't want to go against. I hate this deck, I hate this clan,
Why do you hate it?
because it's restanding, it's drawing, it's thinning the deck. Stop doing that, it's weird.
I was bouncing up and down.
So I knew basically what the deck would do, but I didn't know all the cards. So I was like, okay, what does this card do? This one, this one. But he's a good friend of mine from Belgium. Sorry, I have to precise it. But the problem is, he couldn't really find things to
discard.
Yeah, exactly. So he couldn't do his.
This is a problem
his
I have when I play the deck. I see everyone play it. I see everyone do it, but it's like, well, I don't have 2 cards to discard, so I can't restand.
Well, isn't that what the ride break does? You attack and bounce 1, then you find a copy.
You bounce the whole field and call 2.
No, the ride isn't there an effect which you bounce 1 and search 1 from the deck?
Yeah, it's grade 2.
Okay, well, that's how they do it, and they just keep those 2 and wait, probably.
And when he was calling cards in the field, I had my stupid columns, burn out with bar. So, 20 to the regards, because I didn't want him to bounce the cards back to the hand and, look, discard 2 and restand. Yay! So, I kept doing that and attacking the Vanguard with my Vanguard on 21, because I had my break ride with bar.
Yeah, which is nice.
Nice, yes. So he had to overguard it pretty much all the time, because he went on 4 damage pretty quickly.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's
That's a really good way to go against Bermuda. I like that.
So you can't bounce the card.
Oh no, the fact it's a 20 column on the rear guard, so it's like, well, it's 15 if you want to save it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh look, now it's gone. My plus 2k is active on my break ride.
Yeah.
21.
I love it.
Smut Blaze.
In my place too. And yeah, in the end, it was just break riding for game. He didn't have enough in his hand. He had like maybe 12 cards in hand, which is 5k. In grade 3s, no perfect guard. He rolled 1. 2 were in his damage zone, so he couldn't find anything. Yay! One thanks to that. So after that was lunch break.
Wasn't 4 hours, was it?
Sorry?
Wasn't 4 hours, was it?
4 hours?
No.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
It was like 45 minutes, I think.
Okay. We just wanted to make sure.
Round 4 I was against Minerva, a good friend of mine, a woman.
Interesting.
We're both on 3-0, so okay, well, even if we lose this one, we're still in. She's a very good player. And...
You are better.
I'm a decent player. But I think on turn 4 or 5, I got the crit.
Oh my god,
Seriously?
Hélène.
Yes.
That's how you won it against
No,
Minerva?
no, she wasn't 2. But she healed once, so she went to 4.
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah, but it's still a crit that
Yes.
actually went through. That's twice.
So yeah, then it was like 27, 28 column, the other one.
Yeah.
And she had to let it through. She wasn't 5, and she break ride, blah blah blah, do this thing with Minerva, draw, restand. I had to go to let the first one go through.
And what damage were you on?
3.
Oh, so it was fine, because it wasn't crit for game, it was just
Yeah.
crit 4.
I knew that. And then I perfect guided the other one because I think she found another heal. Another crit. But yeah, it went like that.
Then my
Not
break would have been
really.
crit for game.
And then I don't think. Yeah, yes, I found my break ride, but she had two perfect guards. So
Good old cheap perfect
So
guard
yeah,
response.
it was fair. I deserved it.
Yeah.
And my last attack was like 23.
Crit. Oh my god, no!
You didn't?
23. She went 2 past crit.
Oh my god!
Told you I didn't deserve it.
That's why I don't feel confident with this deck. We'll just take this away from her. We'll just take this away from her now. Anyway, go on.
Okay.
I think the rest of them be alright. I didn't realise she was this bad. With luck being the point. Anyway, carry on.
Round 5 I was against Narukami.
Interesting, what one?
What kind of Narukami?
It was Descendant with...
Hang on, let's take a guess, Aaron.
Red Ride Descendant.
Oh, frick.
Ignition Descendant.
Ignition
Descendant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed
The
that.
problem is, he gave me very quickly the limit break, so I used my Break Ride.
Break rod?
No
Break Ride.
rebirth, I think,
Okay.
because I was on 4 and he was like on 2, so I need to push him.
Oh god, here it comes.
No!
Really good.
But there was a double draw.
It's a double draw. Okay, fair enough. That's
Somewhere
alright.
it was a double draw. So the problem is he had very poor columns. One of them was just 11, the
Right.
Vanguard was 16, and the last one was like 16 or 17. So it wasn't really doing anything to me. So I was on 13, so
Yeah.
5 no guard.
That's
Yeah.
a Descendants issue. It just swings for 11.
And even when he was, I think he restood his Descendant maybe 3 or 4 times. But I wasn't fearing it. When he restood it was 11, sure. 5 to pass. It was stupid. So I won this one. I didn't sack with the crit.
He was going to Vanguard all the time with that, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
And he had
See,
like...
if that was me in that situation, I'd personally go for rear guard. Try and force the 10
Yeah,
out of you.
yeah, at least
If
11,
not, then it boosts Dauntless up to the point where you have more rear guards, so it gets the 2k boost and hits.
Yeah.
But with the 11k grade 3 went for the rear guard, I think, but I had everything I needed because I kept restanding, and I think I finished the game with like 5 or 4 cards left in my deck.
Ah. So it's a long game.
It was a
Or
pretty long game.
you just go restand.
Maybe I used the skill 3 times.
It's quite a fair bit.
I
Anyway.
think it was fine. But yeah, in the end, you just couldn't go through the
Yeah, couldn't keep up with it.
13k, so yeah. Round 6, so at that point I was on 5-0, and so Bushiroad wanted to do the top 8 now, but everybody was just nope.
Yeah, I heard about
we
that.
were like maybe 20, 15, or between 15 and 20 players left.
Who hadn't been knocked out yet.
Yeah.
And they wanted to cut it to top
Yes.
8.
Yes.
See,
Because
20
this is what I heard about, and I do not agree with this one
I
bit
think
at all.
Go into a bit
The
more
fact-
after this round, because you still got one more round, then it happened.
But
Okay.
the judges pushed for a last round.
Okay.
And
Okay, so
we got
round
to round
6.
6.
Round 6.
Round 6, I was paired against Pale Moon. Break Ride with
It's the same one you went against in the final.
Yeah, shh.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, Break Ride with the new Venus, look your Venus. Which is stupid. And with the new card, the Lion Grade 2, which gains plus
Yeah.
3k when a Silver Thorn
Silver
is
Thorn is
called
called from the soul.
Yeah. So with the Break Ride, it's just blah 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 everywhere.
But this is a typical evidential deck, though, of an inconsistent break ride first. Because you don't run the grade 3 search or anything.
Well,
That's my-
Mario is the same. If I don't Break Ride,
Yes, but we have ways
to get it. This is what
Yeah.
we
I
have the grade 3
personally
search,
have problems
the
with.
7k, we have
The grade
ways.
3 searcher is your starter.
yeah.
From what I saw, this guy, not doubting his skill or anything the way he used the deck, but he uses the new Silverthorn style, the check stop 5, put stuff in soul. No grade 3 searcher, but yet I see it's very reliant on going, Ride Break, Venus. Do like in soul out soul shit, get extra attacks and stuff.
Yeah, and the problem is I didn't really know his cards. Well, I knew the Break Ride and the new Venus. That's it. And I had no idea what the...
There's only a couple you have to worry about that have on his, but they should tell you that.
I didn't know about the Lion at all, which was stupid. And I think the game lasted like less than 5 minutes, actually. I just wrote my grade 3 and then it was...
To be fair, that would take me by surprise as well. I wouldn't expect them to have that kind of power. I would have given him Limit Break and he would have gone for 33 whatever. I'd be like, oh, well, I'm out. See you later. So I've never seen you use it.
I had 4 grade 3s in my hand, so of course I couldn't get the lions.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I went from 3 to 6 on the same turn. Attack the Vanguard, no guard. Okay, no trigger. One of the lions attack, no trigger. Couldn't get the last one.
Yeah.
And no heal, of course. So very, very quick game. And
just unlucky having that many grade 3s in hand.
Yes.
Okay, now it went to the top 8.
Yeah, so top 8.
So you're 5-1 at this point.
I was 5-1 at this point.
And
there were
a few
like
more eliminated.
There were 5 players and 6 nil, I think.
So they're definitely up there. So there's 3 others left among how many others that didn't get put in there?
I think there were like 13 or 14 players left.
13 or 14, and they went to the top 8.
Yeah.
So that's what, out of 18 was that altogether? You said 5, 6 0, 13, 14, so 18, 19 players.
No, when I said left, like 14 players in total. It's 5-1, 6-0. 6-0.
Oh, 14 in total.
Yeah,
there's 6 that aren't going to be in there.
So I think it was between 6 and 8 players were...
That's almost half the players left.
Yeah.
Just cut.
Yeah.
But
because they don't want to do an extra round.
They're cut just for that reason, and I don't agree with it. This is what has annoyed me every time they do a tournament.
So basically,
they do something like this.
They should have said single elimination, because as soon as someone was out, they may as well just walked. Because 6 of those players may as well just walked after they lost that first round.
Exactly, but it's not the point. If they're going to say it's a double elimination format, then give them their double elimination. If they haven't lost, then
the only thing I'll accept,
completely unfair.
The only thing I'll accept is what they did to us last year, and they said, right, it's single elimination from here in, because people are just kind of limping on with one loss.
Yeah,
it's like no single elimination now. There's too many people on 6 and 0, whereas it's single elimination. This is the only way you're going to get knocked down.
I mean,
so the judges pushed for a 6th round. They couldn't push for a 7th one.
Yeah, I get it, time constraints and stuff, but
it was still early days. It still wasn't that late.
It wasn't.
It finished around 8, I think.
Yeah, so it was, considering we went like a different shop last year and things, and went to like
that was insane.
almost midnight. It was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
8's fine to finish. Everyone would have happily been finished at 10 or 9.
Even so, I still can't go over the fact that they do that, and it just really bugs me every time they do it.
Regardless, there was 6 to 8.
Manchester.
There was 6 to 8 people who were very disappointed in Bushy Road and everything like that. But Hélène was one of the lucky 2 that managed to get in there.
So what I have to mention first is that the judges had to do the pairings, like writing the pairings on their own, because the Bushy Road software, when the top 8, the first one was edited, there was one guy, well, the Aquaforce guy, you lost to, missing, and he was on 6-0. So they had to redo it.
Wait, so he wasn't in the top 8
No.
cut?
He was in the top 8
That's what the Bushy Road system decided.
Yes.
The 6-0
didn't deserve it. In and a 5-1 was in instead.
No, it probably saw Aquaforce and went, no. No, that shouldn't be there. That must be a mistake.
Again, another reason I hate Bushy Road sometimes. It's just ridiculous how they can expect us to use that software when it obviously doesn't even work properly.
Yeah. So I think they kept like 3 players on 5-1,
yeah.
And 5 on 6-0. Well, the 5 and 6-0. But in my defense, I had a pretty good goal average, because against the one I won against, 2 of them were on 5-1 as well. and I only lost to a guy who was on 6-0.
Yeah, okay. That's
So,
fine.
I think.
But is that how they worked it out, is my
I have
question?
no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Or is it just random, I'm going to shuffle these up, pick this one, you're in?
It might have been. In Vice
Because
the next day they did
still
that.
had, the points you have. I don't know how it works. You have like a
I
certain amount
don't know how they do it
points.
on paper. I just know that they say, oh, we use the Bushiroad system, and it doesn't work properly, so they end up doing paper. It happens every single time they do a tournament. They change the paper halfway through.
Yeah.
So top 8 anyway. I went there. So there were like three rebirth, 1 Dauntless / Dauntless Reverse / Nouvelle.
Okay,
Right.
so half of them were Overlords, go on.
1 Aquaforce, 1 OTT, 1 Pale Moon, and the last one was...
There's no Link Joker, there's no...
No, I can't remember what it was. I'm
No,
pretty sure
no
it's...
gold.
I'm pretty sure it was shown, because I don't think Kagero came anywhere in the top 4, did it? Oh, it did, because of you. No, I'm thinking of New York, aren't I? Never mind.
Gold wasn't up there.
No, gold wasn't here.
Bermuda?
Nova.
No, that wasn't here. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I just
It's gone, it's gone.
Some guy's gonna comment like, it was me.
Sorry, if you see me, you are. Maybe
Anyway.
another Kagero, really.
Anyway,
Yeah, so I went against a good friend of mine who was running Dauntless Reverse, and well, apparently from what he told me, it was just a deck he made like the day before the tournament.
of course he did.
Of course.
Of course he did.
He wanted to run Narukami, but from what he told me, it wasn't working at all. So he chose to use that.
And you just had one of everything in there.
No. I had 2 Nouvelle, 4 Break Ride, 2 Reverse.
Which break right?
I think.
Dauntless break right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Dauntless Break Ride. Indeed. So what happened? It was I think I healed twice during the game, but it were 2 heals I really needed. One because I was on 5 damage when he crit me, so I needed.
Yeah.
So I did a drive check and I got a heal. Oh, thank you for that. And another one, I don't remember when. There was no sacking at all. The thing I wanted to mention is that at some point when I drew, I just realized that there were 2 cards that stuck together, and I was just like that. It wasn't moving because I knew he could have called the judge and like give me a game loss, but he didn't. So it was like, okay, no problem. I'll just put the 2 cards, back to the deck, shuffle, and then I redrew.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. So just
That was nice.
yeah, it was very nice from him. And I was just showing him my hand, like, I'm sorry, I have like 2 cards instead of 1. So yeah, thank you for that again. So yeah, well, on his side, it didn't really trigger. It didn't break ride. I just found his Dauntless Reverse, and then he wrote Nouvelle because he needed to push. He knew I had a big hand, but I was on 3, so okay, no guard. Didn't get a crit.
I hate that risk. Just guard it. Just get no reason
No,
not
because
to.
I couldn't. I only had grade 0s, and then
Okay.
then I took the other one to get on 4. No, sorry, I wasn't 4 that time. But anyway, I break ride, swing 3 times, got a perfect guard, so I could perfect guard the Nouvelle next turn. And I think at some point I got a crit as well, which really helped me. He couldn't find a heal, and I won like maybe 2 turns after that, just attacking for 23, and Nouvelle.
Yeah.
So that's me going to 4 when he could have just called judge and game lost for me.
Right, then anyway, the top 4 was...
Top 4 was against Aquaforce.
Wait. It was, Overlord with Hélène, Aquaforce, Pale Moon, and what?
In OTT.
OTT, okay. So nice variety there, at least. All the Overlords went out bar Hélène. Because one Overlord had to be paired against an Overlord, apparently. Or Kagero against Kagero, sorry. Correction. Anyway. Then got paired against Aquaforce, which is what I had to do in the final last year, but it was a little different now.
So, contrary to your game.
That's hilarious. It's exactly the same as last year. It was a Pale Moon deck. Well, it was an Aquaforce deck, sorry, and an OTT deck in the finals. Exactly the same last year for the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's funny they got up there again.
And it was Kagro against...
It's Kagro against... the only difference...
The only difference...
was you were running gold instead of Pale Moon.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Exactly the same top four as... Yeah, that's quite fair. There we go.
So yeah, I avenged Mike.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't find all his Commercial Glory,
Well, no.
Reverse, blah 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 blah.
Now listen.
Wait,
Listen.
I'm getting there.
You get there pretty quick.
I'm getting there. He didn't have a good feel at all. He had like maybe 2 grade ones boosting, nothing behind his Vanguard, and I break ride my reverse, my Dauntless reverse, sorry, which I think was the only time I rode it. It really helped me because I know that it's an amazing card against Aquaforce because it retires the boost.
Yeah, the switches and stuff, so...
Yep. So I broke like that, retired the Tidal Assault, I think
Yeah.
the name.
So just to let in, is that a reason why it's in there, or is it just a general use to retire everything?
I know it's a general use, yes,
Okay.
because I was afraid as well of Kagros. I knew there would be reboost.
Kagro and Aquas.
I didn't, yeah.
It's good against anything. Kagro, Aqua, Nova. It's a really, really good card to ride break, but only against them, so you kind of need to do a nice balance.
Yep. So that's why I wasn't into. Anyway, so yeah, I retired 2 of his grade 1s, retired the grade 2 Tidal Assault. Then he pushed me very fast on 5 damage. I had nothing to guard in my hand. Then after that, he swings with his Vanguard. I was 2-2 pass, he gets a heal. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to die, and then nothing. He couldn't heal, it wasn't 4. And then I guarded the 2 other attacks. And my turn, I call. So I had Georgette, my reverse, and another Overlord, I think.
This is the match you told me about, isn't it?
Yes. Go on.
Go on, what
Can't
happens?
believe what I saw.
So I locked the Griffin, which was behind the Overlord, swing with Georgette to a rear guard, then swing for 15 because 15. I had my structure behind it.
Yeah.
To is on his 11.
Yep.
I asked him if he knows the skill. Reverse, he said yes, plus 3k if you drive check something different, something that's not a trigger anyway.
Yeah.
Then retire.
Yep. Then tell you something. So yeah, exactly. So he's okay. So he's 2-2 pass, guarding with only 10k.
Yeah.
So I swing, first check, crit. And at that time, I knew that anything else I would check, it would go through.
Yeah.
Because it would be 5 plus 5, 10. Or 5 plus 3, 8. And I would be on 23 when he's on 21. Exactly. So second check bar and...
Retire, plus 3k.
Exactly.
And it goes for it.
And I was just like, what did I just see?
I just want to point out, was he on 4 damage or 5 damage?
It was on 4 damage.
Okay, so you need the crit.
I need the crit.
But... even if you drove check 2 non-triggers, it still would have hit 21.
Yep, sure.
So that's 10 for 2 was really pointless.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, 15 plus 6, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So-
No, because I could only retire 1 card. You only had 1 grade 1 on the field.
Do you need to do the retirement to get the 3k?
I think that,
Yeah.
you had to retire.
Oh, no,
Yes.
they don't.
No, you're right.
They don't.
Choose up to one of your opponent's grade 1 or less rear guards, retire it, and then this unit gets 3k.
Yeah, right.
Yes, so this way.
Then again, Vanguard, do what you can, so it'll still get 3k. That's the general ruling.
Yeah, sorry, unit, I can't. Okay, then it gets 3k, so yeah, it's pointless.
So,
So we
bit of a misplay there.
Considering he had the advantage as well, looking, I was like, Len's going to go out. I was like, he's doing 2 to pass. It's not 2 to pass. And the amount of games me and Len had before we left, and the amount of times you went 2 to pass, I was like, Len, that's not 2 to pass. It's like 2 or 3 times we played, and I was like, that's not 2 to pass. For God's sake, it's Dauntless. It gets 3k. And it happened to go the other way for her in the actual tournament in the top 4.
the skill. I wasn't just just swinging and oh by the way, this skill is against plus 3k.
But regardless,
I knew it.
that was just it
I
was
wasn't
crit,
late.
Just a miscalculation on his
exactly.
part, I guess.
but it was still crit for game, and she got it. So.
Yay! So weird tournament for me. Just sucking my triggers.
And then you went to the top. Then you went top 2.
Top 2 against Pale Moon. So the same guy I lost to on round 6. And just
Lady Luck decided to frown on you.
what?
Lady Luck decided to frown on you for the rest of the day.
Yep. So I was grade locked on grade 1, sorry, for 2 turns.
But to be fair, you managed to make a comeback because of 2 heals, and you did a ride break, but you just got nothing.
Yeah, well, he had 2 perfect guards in his hand. So
the 2 perfect guard response yet again.
Yep.
Again,
That's the main response to.
But this was Pale Moon guy, wasn't it?
I pushed him to 4 damage. So when I swung the lion, freaking lion, go away.
Yeah, I know. You told me about the lion, which is what seems to win all these matches.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
So then I swing at the Vanguard, I got nothing, and last swing, crit! 9 perfect damage! Yeah!
Of course. So within 6 drive checks, you get
Again.
2 crits on the last 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yay! But I tried my best, really. I didn't give up. Even if it was the finals, I was tired, and I was like, oh my god, why does it have to happen now? But yeah, it's just Vanguard. That's why we love and hate this game.
That's the only thing I hate about the game, and that's grade locks. All I hate about it.
The funny fact
and
was
guarding
that
is why I hate it as well. There's not enough guarding cards, but anyway.
funny fact was that the first damage I had was my grade 2. And if I had gone second, I would have to check it.
So you would have been able to ride 5.
Yes, and all game long, I went second. I couldn't win a freaking dice roll. Finals, I win the dice roll.
It makes you grade locked.
Grade locked.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Regardless, so that was in the day. Is there anything else?
Can't complain. Still got 2nd place.
Yep, still qualified.
The
So going to Paris.
invite's there, as much as a rocky road that was to get there, by the sounds of things. I didn't hear half of that.
So that was your Vanguard day on Saturday. So Hélène got 2nd, Mike scrubbed. It's a good day, was it?
For me, it was a good day.
For me, I was just tired. I've never been so tired in my life, just from not sleeping and things. So from a personal note, I was just struggling mentally as well as with the deck. So
Mike didn't enjoy his day.
no, not at all. Not one little bit. I was done.
But that wasn't all there was this time round for the World Regional Qualifiers, was there?
No, but it just I don't know what you're referring to, but
I was referring to this a Sunday where they had extra
We
events.
still talked about the extra bit with the other points and stuff. But anyway, the only other things to mention from that day is you get the mat you see here on your left, which is the. Should we move this now just to see?
Yeah, you can move it. I think it's been there long enough.
Okay. Let's put that carefully over there and not ruin it. Let's put Len's cards back there. Okay, so there's 3 mats. There's a Buddy Fight mat, a Qualifiers mat, and a Vanguard mat.
Which you all get for participating.
Yep.
You don't need to get anywhere in particular
There
to participate.
You have to play 2 games.
You have to play 2 games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you have to actually be in the tournament, basically.
Because they realized that in the United States, people just registered, got their mats, and went home.
Went home. They registered, got their mat, and went, I don't want to play. I'll drop.
Okay.
They got their mat and left.
Fine.
But anyway, so that's the Vanguard mat you get. It's quite nice. I think.
I need to do. Oh, I guess it probably wouldn't happen in France, but was there enough mats to go around?
Yes.
Yeah.
And plenty spare.
Yeah. I asked Mr. Busher.
Mr. Busher.
Even more than numbers of players, so it was fine.
Okay.
Regardless.
Just wanted to check because
I think they had like 250 mats for Vanguard.
I'm just concerned about UK. That's all.
Yeah.
250 mats to 150 viewers. It's like 100 mats left.
Yeah, but what we're expected 500 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the room is ready for
Regardless,
600 players.
And I think
so maybe they'll have,
I think we have enough. I think.
I'm just concerned.
Okay, regardless.
I know there were a few times where people didn't get their promos and such.
Yeah.
Regardless, so that's the Vanguard one we're looking at here on the left. The Vice Fights one is this Fairy Tale one here, and the Buddy Fight one we didn't get because I wasn't interested in getting it. But there was a rumour saying you had to win 2, so it actually would deserve it, but that didn't go through. Don't know where I heard that from. 3 promos you get is the Royal Paladin Toulouse. It's unfortunately not a Liberator or anything. Yeah, that's a gold, isn't it? Yeah, so Royal, sorry. Dual Knight is what I mean.
Or Seeker.
It's not anything that's viable in a. I'm just surprised there's not a gold promo, alright? But regardless, it has to be a Limit Break 4, it's a Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and you have to have 4 rear guards as well. So you have to have 1 space.
Yeah, so you can call anything from your deck, I think.
But ideally you're going to call the Dindra.
And it's an unlocker, isn't it?
It's an unlocker, yes. It's 11k, so it's pretty good. What you'd basically do, in my opinion, would be to, when you have an open space, call the Dingerno clone, Soul Blast 1 and draw.
Okay, then how are you going to get rid of it and get your empty space?
Intercept. And use the 10k grade 1 swingers. Push it forward. Intercept with the one in front of the 10k swinger, push it forward. You've got another
You
space.
can do it a few times, Mike.
You're going to do it twice. Yeah. You're going to do it twice, but that's where the other 2 counter blasts are free to use for anything else. But anyway.
You can do it once, unless you rewrite. So
If
if you're soul blasting to the Dingerno
Soul
clone.
charge. Soul charge somehow. You've got soul charges. You got things. But anyway.
It's an entire deck concept.
So in order of how good I think they are, is that you've got the Link Joker one, which is a ride break. You discard a grade 3, and you can lock. You can tribal lock both, so you can 3 lock. It doesn't matter with their front or back. You just choose 3 regals and lock them. But you have to discard a grade 3 as well as riding one, which is pretty good.
It's okay, but
that's what I mean. That one.
There are ways around it. People just don't drop that second column until you ride break.
Yeah. And the so that I think the two one's the best one, the Link Joker one, and the most meh one is the Shadow Paladin one. It's just a limit break. You can make yourself 1 to get 10k. Unfortunately, it's a limit break skill as well, which has made it even worse. But yeah. So that's what you're looking for in terms of promos and things. As a general lucky dip thing, Hélène managed to get her hands on some sleeves for Buddy Fight Dragon World.
Yay, buddy.
For you.
For me, so I smiled a little bit. So thank you.
But yes, most of that was on Sunday, where you also got the chance to play in the Weishwarz tournament and Buddy Fight tournament. Buddy. You played in the Weishwarz. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, quickly, we can talk about it.
Just a quick one.
Well, Weishwarz to me, I try and find it quite enjoyable. Unfortunately, I advise, if you're going to play in Weishwarz, you have to be more patient than me. It was small rounds, and unfortunately there are some language barriers with numbers and things, and you have to explain. If you don't understand what cards do, it's like, what does this do, what does this do? There's a lot of effects in Weiss, but at the end of the day you need numbers to hit, and it is slightly luck-based things, but I basically went against Angel Beats both rounds.
Okay.
And because of the mat, this is the only reason I'm against the mat idea, because people did just as we mentioned a minute ago, they bought a structure deck, registered, and got the Fairy Tale mat.
So there were 83 players for the Weishwarz tournament.
Because people
but
just wanted
3/4 of the players were just Trail Decks players.
Yeah, they just bought like
Just to
a
get the
Angel Beat trial deck or something, or whatever. And that was my second opponent. But the first one was Angel Beats, and he was actually good.
He's one of the best players in France.
So I went against one of the best players in France, and I was playing bloody Fate, so I was having fun.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
well, that's all Weishwarz is to us.
To be fair, he said, "Do you draw yet?" I said, "I didn't." It acknowledged me as a fair player, not cheating or anything, and I enjoyed playing that game. It was fine, even though I got destroyed because they have ridiculous effects of reviving themselves and etc. People aren't really interested in this, I know, but
well, no, some people might be. I just wanted to.
Okay, but they're ridiculous. But basically, I cancelled once in the entire game, and they're just very broken. The second game was against Angel Beats, but he'd only just started yesterday, because he'd only, as in the day before, apparently. And based on the fact that I scrubbed out yesterday and I was just really annoyed, I basically just gave him the win and walked away. I was like, I've had enough, because it went to time. Okay. I wasn't allowed to finish my turn that turn, because that would have won me the game.
Okay.
Because he was on like 3 damage left, and I just needed to swing.
Okay.
But the guy just wanted the playmat, so...
So it's just one of those people. But I didn't know that, and all I wanted them is the mat at the end of the day. I wasn't really interested in topping Vice.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was slim to none. Okay. I would have gone against Angel Beats next turn anyway. So I was like, I've had enough.
You had a little extra event, had a bit of fun, or tried to.
And then I went to have side events, which I had more fun doing.
Was it just card fighting, or was it
Weishwarz
as well?
You could do whatever. And when you get the 3 wins, you can ask for the Vanguard promos, the Vice promos, whatever you want. But you'd only get one or the other.
Yeah.
The Toulouse one, the Royal one, was only available on day 1.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it on day 2.
Yeah.
You can only get the other 2.
Okay.
So I'd advise, if you're going to go in the side event, do it the first day, because it might not be available the next day.
Yes, so for me I was running a Love Life deck in English, because I didn't have... I just have a SAO Japanese deck. So
that's another thing we should mention.
Yes.
For those who do actually follow Vice, for this World Championship, they've actually disallowed the use of Japanese cards, just English, which a lot of people were not happy about.
Yes, indeed.
But to be honest, you
I
can't,
can understand.
You can't go against someone who's got a lot more support. It's basically like going against the Japanese meta with Vanguard. It's
No,
like,
no,
no,
it's
no,
not-
no, 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 no,
it's
no,
not the same at all.
It's not the same. It's not the same with vice versa at all.
it is somewhat.
No,
No, it's not.
Honestly,
A set has the support. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
but
very,
for
very
example,
rare
Fate,
to do
I
extra
need.
stuff.
I've got extra support in Fate I can't use.
Like for example,
English.
Angel Beast has been out for maybe 3 years and is still topping because it's a very good deck. And the support are all equal to each other, pretty much.
No, not.
Well, just
So
Fate's
broken.
not broke deck.
Fate is the worst support.
It's not quite the same as Vanguard, where you get booster sets with this clan, this clan. They're just sets of cards. They generally don't like over support stuff.
And even
There's a
for-
few that have a few more sets, but they're generally kind of constrained to like their own theme and stuff.
Say,
within
for
that
example, you have 2 extensions.
Yeah.
But the second one doesn't make the deck
First one,
really
yeah.
broken, you know. I have a good deck, but it's just made from the first set. So it's no
But
problem.
all that aside, I understand why they changed it all to English. Like no Japanese cards allowed because they kind of want to get more people to play the English version and kind of get everyone's awareness of the game out there. But it's kind of hard to do that when you've got the language barrier, Japanese cards and such. So I get why they've done it, but a lot of people aren't happy with it.
So just my best friend just left me a deck, Love Life deck in English for the day. Explained me quickly what, you know, but it was pretty difficult to run. There were 4 colors in it.
Regardless.
Usually you're in 2, maybe 3.
Regardless.
If you're in 3, there are just a few. But
Well, I said it was too long, of course, but the I obviously scrubbed out 0-2 and went to what was your win loss?
4-1.
4-1, and the exact same thing happened that day where she wasn't put in the top.
Oh,
Cut.
they did the top cut again, didn't
Did
they?
the top cut again, and
But
then
even more players in Viceroys were just eliminated.
were eliminated because of that. It was randomised with paper.
There were just 5 rounds.
Hélène was in the original one,
Yeah.
but then she got taken out and done by paper because someone who hadn't lost was again not in it.
Yeah, I'll go on 5-1.
And she got taken out of it.
So once again, errors on the Bushy Ridge staff's part,
But
and again, just bad system.
just to say how Saki can be, a structure deck topped in fights. An Angel beat one. So it's like, for God's sake, it just goes to show how good the structure decks can be, but it's also the fact that it's just a structure deck, it shouldn't be top.
Yeah, I get it, but it's that kind of game. I mean, I know there's some skill in it, I just see it as really luck-based, but whatever. That's just me. I don't play this competitively, I play it for fun.
There's a lot of discussions and arguments between Vanguard and all the Bushy Road games, basically Buddy Fight,
Basically,
Vice,
Viceroys players are mocking Vanguard players.
and
because
vice
of the
versa.
crit.
But the crit's a lot harder to get than cancel. I understand it's similar saying I don't trigger in a game to I don't climax in a game, but it's still the point that I cancel 1 damage and there's nothing you can do about damage in Vice. You can actually guard things in Vanguard.
Yeah, you have to take the damage.
You have to take the damage, you have no choice. And it's just like cancel.
You can reverse the guy in front of you, but that's it. You can't.
Yeah, I keep my field alive and things. I've always got a field, but I'm hitting numbers, but if I can't do anything about damage,
Okay, we're getting into a different discussion here.
I
and
can heal it,
stuff.
that's about it.
So, aside from that, that was your Saturday, that was your Sunday. Any other topics you want to touch on before we wrap this video up?
Well, I can talk about the type. I said I was going to talk about the type of decks that are out there at the moment. But do you want to touch on any of the type of players there are or not?
It's up to you. I'm leaving it all open to you guys. Because I wasn't there, it's up to you what you want to talk about.
Okay, then you want to talk about it because you knew more about it.
Oh yeah, okay. There was one main issue we found during the day. Round 1.
That's an early issue, but
Round 1.
Followed by round 2.
Round 2, yeah. Well, it was the only cheating point we found. You know, it was except from that. Cheating.
Right, okay.
Okay. So cheating. The judges called cheating. So I'll say cheating.
Okay.
Can I mention who it was?
Do you want to?
Well, it's advisable because it's evidential. It's the second time it's happened now. So I'm going to say yes because views are views. People can discuss whatever they want.
You're going to discuss in the comments, okay?
All right.
So the actual world champion.
The world champion.
The world champion.
Again.
Came
Right.
to France.
Okay.
Came to France. There were discussions about him cheating during the team league, but there was no evidence at all.
Yeah, so
nothing was made against him.
First of all, he was actually told not to come, wasn't he? Or he wasn't allowed to compete.
No, a few persons asked him not to come, but he still did. Bourrée didn't forbid him to come.
Right.
Okay.
So he competed, it was fine, but round one, a judge saw that on the back of his cards there were nail marks on the back of the triggers.
Nail marks?
Yeah.
Like he's indented them?
Yes.
Like with his nail?
Yeah,
right,
with his
okay.
nail, just like a very small hole, you know?
It's apparently just the triggers as well.
They checked all the triggers. Well, no, that was round one, but they didn't say anything. Round two, a judge stayed next to him for the whole game. And every time you checked the trigger, he noticed that there were those nail marks. So he checked the deck, and it saw that on all the trigger cards, there were marks. So there was a discussion about should he have a game lost, being disqualified, or just a warning. The judges wanted to disqualify him, and Bourrée didn't want to, so Bourrée had the last word. Bourrée just wanted to give him a warning. So he got a warning, he had to re-sleeve his deck, and that's it.
Right, so they caught someone cheating.
Yes.
Marking their cards.
Yeah, they said
triggers nonetheless.
And they said at the start that if there's someone who's caught cheating, whatever, they're out.
Yep.
So they decided to scrub that rule and let him carry on.
With a warning. Right, okay.
But
Sure,
he went
that's
4-2.
fair.
He went 4-2 in the end.
He went 4-2, but the fact that he carried on with a...
I don't agree with that at all.
We were all very angry at that. We knew what happened in Paris in April.
Yeah.
You imagine the people that went against him with on the back foot because he had triggers. With marks. But anyway, that's down.
But again, it wasn't recorded. It was just the judges decided to do that. They saw it. It's just
It didn't affect.
just a warning.
Didn't affect us, but it was just worth reporting on. My only thing I wanted to report on was the type of format it is, and it's seen that a lot of pretty much every deck is reliant on a break ride type format. It's a cross break ride format. Pretty much every deck is cross break ride, do an effect, use all my resources for this effect, and that's it. If you look at all the clans, like all they're doing, Minerva, everything like that, it's Overlord. It's just Overlord, for example, is right break. 33 to Vanguard, 32 to Vanguard, 32 to Vanguard. Right, so that's all my resources gone. I've grade 3 search. I've done that. The most I can do is like +1 and -1 or something. That's all I've done the entire game. It's +1 card and -1 card. There's none of this. There's not enough thinking in this format. It's more luck based than it should be. Hence, I'm quite disappointed with this format because every clan has it. You can see what about it is. There's more thinking or something like shadows or something. Because they actually, although they require, it's a sack deck because you need to find raging form. But at least you're making the columns. At least you're thinking about having 3 things on the field and stuff. It depends how you build it. Like adding a damage, doing this. Aquaforce is quite nice to see up there, things like that, because it does require thinking. But a lot of the decks at top, like Novell, Overlord, Minerva, help me out here. I keep wearing those 3. But nothing else.
Pale Moon's a bit wishy-washy because you've got to make columns and stuff.
Yeah, things like Bermuda, just right breaks, swing, restand, swing. It's too. Every deck's reliant on that right break, and I'd like to see more variety and more acceptability in decks, but unfortunately, people were forced to do that because of Link Joker. Because I lock the rear guards. Your Vanguard needs to do something amazing, or you're going to lose because your Vanguard booster's locked and I've triangle locked you or whatever. And that's what we had to do. That's why I'm surprised that Force even got up there. But
that's probably because not a lot of people have Glendios or
knew how to use it well enough anyway.
I mean,
at that point,
going back to like what you saw, I mean, not what you went against, but did you see any Glendios decks around? 3
players were using Glendios.
And they didn't do very well?
No, one of my friends was using Glendios. He went 1-2.
Right, okay.
He was using a hybrid deck, like with 3 Glendios, 2 Break Ride, 3 Cradle, something like that.
Okay. not good sounding, because that sounds like what Yuri wants to do.
Yeah, let's say that.
On the paper,
if it works, it works.
On the paper, it was a good deck.
Been practicing.
Wait, there was.
Oh dear.
No,
You wouldn't go to a tournament with
You won
people.
game 1, game 2 was gridlocked on 1. In game 3, just I don't know what happened. But maybe he couldn't find his reverse cards to use the skill.
Yeah.
And find this.
And he couldn't find a grade 2.
Yes, that is what.
Yeah. Well. So anything else? I think that's it.
I think that's pretty much it.
Gone through the day. Gone through what's the next day was about very briefly.
So next time we'll see you in Manchester.
Maybe we'll see.
I'm going to Manchester.
But the thing is, with
Yuri's going to Manchester.
I should be. Yeah, should
Possibly, yes.
No,
yes.
I should be, man.
Okay.
Don't you cut me out.
Okay.
We have my
And then, if all goes well,
I'll meet
maybe,
you in
maybe
Paris.
it'll be more than one of us going to Paris again.
Yeah, but just down to what's run. So, yeah. Other than that, thank you guys for watching and listening. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you're running, what you think of your local regionals. If you're abroad or whatever, you're part of the French thing, or you disagree or agree with our
If you've
opinions.
already had your qualifiers, tell us how you did. That'd be great to hear. What decks you run, what you're going to see at Manchester would be nice. Opinions, ideas, comments.
What do we do? We don't know what to do anymore. Okay, see you guys later. Can't find the button.